going to do, sweep a stage? None of us had ever met anybody who'd been to drama school. I'm not sure we even knew there was such a place as a drama school, never mind anybody who'd made it to the big screen. Let me run you through my curriculum vitae before I landed my first role. See what you think of my chances. I had worked in a laundry. I'd done a stint in a tea warehouse. I worked pneumatic drills on the road. I was the night porter in a hotel. I washed dishes in all the best restaurants. I remember making jewel boxes at one time. And I was a soldier. I was not researching roles, getting into the heads of my characters, doing every background on their psyches, feeling their pain. Nobody invited me to join the actor studio. I was paying my rent. It's very difficult for people to comprehend that when I say I was broke at the age of 29, that I literally didn't have the price of a bowl of spaghetti down at the local diner. They think being broke is being down to your last couple of grand in the bank. My bank was in my pocket, and my account was full of lint. Chances are you've had some formal higher education. Well, to me and my parents, going to grammar school was higher education. I had no classes to go to, or instructional videos to watch. But I was a tremendous reader of books. And from the pages of those books, I discovered what other people's lives were like. They weren't like mine. And I became determined to change my life. I wasn't exploring the possibility. I was determined. If you really want to become an actor, but only providing that acting doesn't interfere with your golf game, your political ambitions, and your sex life, you don't really want to become an actor. Not only is acting more than a part-time job, it's more than a full-time job. It's a full-time obsession. Anything less, and you'll fall short of the mark. You can master every word of this book until you can recite it backwards in your sleep, but without a will and a drive like a locomotive, without the cool, steely focus of a safecracker, without the tenacity and wiliness of a weasel, this book and a dozen years of intensive scene study won't add up to diddly squat by way of a movie career. Let me put it another way. If you can imagine yourself doing anything else, forget it. Some actors always feel that they're losing the light. Some little detail about a role, or the auction, or the production isn't quite perfect. It's the wrong director, or the right director is in the wrong mood, or the casting director who was right to cast you was wrong about everyone else, or the right script but the wrong writer. Others, and I like to think I belong to this camp, are so constantly and sufficiently entertained by whatever the day brings that we join in the game until it's pitch black outside. That's not to say we're not aware of obstacles. We're on to them immediately. There's no obstacle course like the movies. When everything is running perfectly in the movies, it's not because there aren't any hurdles to jump. It's because everybody has seen them coming and cleared them in time. And in style, and, may I add, with a certain amount of pleasure. After all the years in the business, some people still think of me as a professional Cockney, as if people were paid for being Cockney. I'm actually from South London, not Bow, and any day of the week you'll find 1.3 million Cockneys more authentic than me. Now, very few of them are in Hollywood, but they still say, Caine's a Cockney actor, as if I were some kind of lucky moron who just happened to be perched at the right bar stool when a Hollywood producer walked in. And yet, that's also a battle that must be fought. You will have to fight the battle of your background and genetics too. That's not to say you want to disown your past. There are a lot of tricks in that baggage we lug around with us that are worth taking out now and then.
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.